boxes that sit at the stock exchange and has some rules or algorithm. I mean, it's concealed within the box that decides on Wednesday I'm going to buy this stock and on Thursday I'm going to sell it. So we don't know what's in these black boxes, and that's really the interesting thing, that it's like potentially a poker game where you can't see the opponent's cards, but you know how much they're bidding.
So this is a big financial service firm here.
So no name on the door?
Nothing. You would never know what's going on here. As you notice, it's guarded, gated. There's cameras everywhere. They probably know that we're here right now. So in a period of time, they would come out and say, "What are you doing? Stop doing that," type of thing. And if you rolled up and said, "I'd like to come in," they would not let you in.
Jeff Hipsman, once employed by Wall Street investment bank Lehman Brothers, now works as a data center broker for the world's leading financial companies.
Also, no signage, so you don't know whose facility this is. You don't know what's going on inside of it. Completely a nondescript building.
No windows?
No windows. If this building has a problem, if this building is damaged, if anything happens to this building, they run the risk of not being able to execute trades. So they protect this. This is the heart and the lifeblood of their business. So imagine your home where you have double everything, double power utility feed coming in, 2 refrigerators, 2 washing machines, 2 televisions, and if something were to break, you can go immediately to the second device. In the data center world, that's called a Tier 4 facility. And what they need is 2 of everything, because the cost of downtime to these organizations, if they're not able to trade or they lose trading operations for seconds, it could cost them an enormous amount of money. Some of these firms take it to the next level where not only do they have it with a duplicate within a facility, then they have a second facility that's exactly the same. The goal of these facilities is to minimize, if not eliminate, any single point of failure. New Jersey is a very hot market for data centers because of the distance issue to Manhattan. When you're dealing in milliseconds, there can be absolutely no delay. Being that the technology has a limitation in terms of how far away it can be in terms of that latency, it's based on the speed of light between one point and another, that distance becomes your outside ring, your outside distance that you can go. It tends to be in the neighborhood of 30 to 35 fiber miles. So we're constantly tracking the fiber as to where it is and what the main routes are. And we also track where the power is, because another main component of these facilities is they are very heavy power users. They need an enormous amount of electrical capacity in order to operate. We don't want to have any outside event cause an outage in the facility. These may be things like highway access. Can a tractor trailer accident cause an evacuation of the area? We look at flight patterns. We look at floodplains. We look at nuclear plants. We look at rail lines. We'll look at crime levels. We've looked at lightning strikes. The goal is to eliminate any possibility that one event can cause an outage in the facility. So a typical facility could be anywhere from $300 to $400 million.
You know, the wealth can be distributed evenly or wealth can be distributed unevenly. And wealth can be distributed unevenly among people, and it can likewise be distributed unevenly and evenly between people and machines. I mean, all the money is flowing to the computers, and the same with these stock exchange facilities in New Jersey. The money is flowing through these points, and the machines are surrounding it, just sort of siphoning away that wealth. But if you go into the neighboring communities, the people are really very poor.
High-frequency traders are estimated to generate more than half of the entire equity trade volume in the US. Traders, or rather computers, making money by buying and selling within a matter of milliseconds.
If you think about the market and the center of the market being the innermost circle, the specialists or the market makers at the exchange members, And then there are these concentric circles as you go further and further out. And the last circle is some mom and pop investor that's not in a financial center. They're in the middle of a farming country or something, or farmland. The speed that the highest frequency trader knows something and can act on it before a discretionary trader sitting on his farm and his home PC is now a matter of a second or two.
Does that also mean that the high-frequency trader has to earn his or her money within these two sections?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, because by then the rest of the world is processing the same kind of information. They call it the race to zero because zero is the amount of latency or delay. So if you think of this in a really metaphysical sense, in the actual market, an event happens. Someone raises their bid from $100 to $100 and 1 penny. How fast can you actually receive that information? That's the first question. The second is how fast can you process it? And the third is how fast can you get your decision back to the marketplace to act on, right? So this is why speed matters.